Today we're going to get you real estate leads for free.
Yep. In this video, we are going to run through the best ways to get free real estate leads. We talk a lot about running your business like a business. Well, that means keeping an eye on your expenses. What better way to make a profit than to have low expenses? No better way to have low expenses than to get leads for free, right?
That's right. We've tried all of these, and when done right, they all work and deliver free leads. So let's jump right in and break down these easy and simple strategies to get free leads flowing to you.
Hi, we're Elizabeth and John Finley with the Finley Group of eXp Luxury. We sell luxury in coastal San Diego and have a team of agents across the country. We train with the best, network with the best, and want to share it all to help you make you the best agent you can be so you can sell more real estate, increase productivity and profitability, and create financial freedom for yourself.
All right, before we jump in, we would appreciate it if you share some love. So please hit the like button, subscribe button, and bell button below. And please leave a comment so we can keep putting out content that is most relevant to you.
Okay, here we go. The first tip is filming YouTube videos.
Ta-da!
We have experienced the success of YouTube videos ourselves and also have seen how this is the #1 way to generate free leads and sell a ton of real estate. We've seen new agents come into the business and sell 50 plus deals in their first year. Agents that are using YouTube can generate hundreds of thousands, if not millions in GCI every year, and you can too.
Okay, the cool thing is all you need is an iPhone. That's it. You can get started. You don't need much equipment. And if you haven't filmed yet or you haven't done much video, just dive in.
Right. And I mean, the valuable thing with YouTube, and we've already noticed this with several of the videos that we've filmed, that we have clients who call us up and they feel like they know us already. And we had a client come in town, and as soon as we started, she's like, "Can I give you hugs?"
It
cool.
It takes a cold lead into a warm lead, and you don't do anything. It's just they watch your videos and they feel like they get to know you. So that's kind of a cool thing.
And out and about in town too. I've had people come up and go, "I subscribe to your channel. I watched you on YouTube."
Right.
And that was kind of an eye opener for me to realize, wow, this really is working.
And so it allows you to grow your brand at scale, right? Instead of picking up the phone and calling one person or whatever it might be, you're able to do this at scale because thousands, hundreds, thousands, maybe 10,000s of people see your video. And so you're sending the same message, one piece of work or one piece of content for thousands of people, right?
And not just local. I mean, it's national or international, so you can pick up people who are moving to the area, relocation.
That's right, especially those who live in locations that are second home destinations or people are moving there. YouTube is phenomenal for that. Phenomenal. And you can not only can you brand yourself at scale, you can convert leads at scale, right?
You can. And so, I mean, it just makes your job easier, in my opinion, altogether, to kind of, I guess, instead of chasing the lead, you're attracting it. And
right.
It's a big change and shift. And
huge deal.
And the one thing though that you have to do, it isn't all just like, I don't know what's the saying, picking daisies or something. It's not just simple.
It's not easy.
You need to be consistent.
Yep.
You have to film videos and put them out there weekly at the least,
Yeah, right.
A lot of others put them up more often, but you want to engage your audience that subscribes to your channel.
Yep. And it's along those lines. You do one video a week, right? Put out 4 a month. That's good. Put out 8 a month. That's even better. But you can batch them, and that's the thing. So you don't have to every week do your content. You can pick one day at the beginning of the month.
Right.
And you can film all 4, script them out, spend a couple hours, and then you've got all 4 videos for the month. You're done. You schedule them,
right,
and you're good to go. And then if you want to take them to throw in your AI component and go to Descript and have that break down into little 30-second video clips for your YouTube Shorts or for Instagram or TikTok. You got your social done for the month too, which is pretty phenomenal.
It is. And then, I mean, there's a lot of other things, speaking of Instagram and TikTok, you do want to go out there and get some of the raw footage too, as you're out and about, kind of being your community ambassador, talking and showcasing other businesses in the area while you're just out enjoying life.
So before we get to our second one, which is Instagram and TikTok, it is evergreen content. And that means it's always out there, right? And so you film it once and it's working for you while you're sleeping, right? People are watching you and you're reaching out to people while you're asleep, while you're out at other listing appointments. So it frees you up to, it's leverage. It frees you up to be able to do a lot of other things.
And by the way, it's a little dangerous to sit next to John here, because when he talks with his hands, and
You have to.
I almost just got like hit a couple times. It was like,
I'm not Italian, but I speak like an Italian does, okay? That's what you have to do. So our number 2 thing is, our number 2 tip for free leads, Instagram and TikTok. Now, I would throw YouTube Shorts in here, but we really haven't seen that traction yet on YouTube Shorts at this point. But it doesn't mean it can't happen. We just haven't seen it yet. But the Instagram and YouTube thing, or Instagram and TikTok thing, it's not just about like dancing and singing songs. You don't have to do that, even though she loves to do that. You should check out her TikToks.
And music's important. I love to things up with music, and I do put different music on TikTok versus Instagram, so I change things up a little bit. But yeah, we do a lot of stories as well as reels.
But my point is, you don't have to sing and you don't have to dance. What you want to do is you want to do community type videos, market updates, property tours, give people some value, and let them know that you have something to offer, and do something that's relevant to them, right? It's a great way to build your brand and stay in front of your SOI.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, if you go back early days on the TikTok channel, you'll find John and I did do a dance during COVID.
Don't look for it. Do not look for it.
Elizabeth Finley Finn on TikTok.
You're celeb. So you want to do market updates, you want to do community videos, you want to do tours, and so you can drive traffic and then connect them through your link tree on your profile, and then you can have something where they can fill out and they can request CMAs, or you can have community guides, or you can have stuff like that. But you want to drive traffic through your content that's relevant, and then get them to there are things that you can provide them, whether that be market updates or seller guides or buyer guides.
And we do a lot of property tours as well. We often go out on caravan here in the local area. And we're fortunate we have a luxury market here, so we have some really special houses to show with theaters and just the whole gamut, of beautiful homes here in Rancho Santa Fe and Del Mar, Solana Beach, Carlsbad. I mean, it just the list goes on.
So the common theme here is the Instagram and TikTok content. It is evergreen as well. You can do it at scale. So we're going on to number 3. What's number 3, Elizabeth?
Well, number 3 is the basics. I mean, you can't forget the basics.
Yep.
How you get leads, and they still work. Although, I've heard from a lot of people, with the basic thing, maybe pick 1 or 2 of them.
So she's not going to tell you what they are. Right. Number 3 is open houses.
Yeah, right. I guess I just I was building up to it. But anyway, yes. Pick 1 or 2 thing and be really good at it, So if open houses is your thing, go after it. Become the open house king or queen in your community. And
there's a lot of techniques that you want to do. We've had a lot of success. We've had a lot of success doing open houses. We've converted a lot of clients with open houses. And the first thing is, I would say, be intentional. If you're going to spend the time to be there, do it right, be motivated, be intentional, and really be in that zone to be just really people friendly and helpful to all the people that come in.
Well, you want to be the authority in the area.
You do.
So you want to, rather than kind of, again, chasing after people for their information, you want to provide them value. You want to show them that you know this neighborhood, and you know the school district, and just everything about this neighborhood, where shopping and restaurants are, and maybe how this price range compares to the neighborhood that's across the freeway, or in another school district. So people really feel like, wow, I really need to work with this person, and you want them actually coming to you.
Right. And what I think is cool about open houses is you have an opportunity to pick up buyers now more than ever. I have never seen so many buyers going to open houses on their own.
Right.
And some of them have agents, and we respect those relationships. We do ask, do you have an agent you're working with? But I have found recently, in the last couple of years, since COVID, so many people, and it has nothing to do with COVID, it's just that's the kind of time frame, but so many people go to open houses without agents. That's an opportunity to pick up buyers.
The information is available right online. And so, people think that they can, come in and work with the list agent. As we all know, that doesn't always work out as such a deal for them because
Yep.
we're always looking out for our sellers, you know? So, yeah, anyway, I
But
can
you
have a
can
whole other thing to say about
but you
that.
can pick up buyers, you can pick up sellers. So the thing about the open house is be prepared and set yourself up for success beforehand. So what do we do the day before the open house?
Yeah, so I work up a flyer
Oh,
that,
she
and
does it. Like I have nothing to do with it.
yeah, he does. Uh, he doesn't. It really, I do the flyer, but I make him go out with me to deliver them to the neighborhood. So we go and we deliver them to the porches of everybody. About a 50 to 100 surround
Mhm.
the open house, inviting them in, and people come all the time. And then what else does that do for you? They now have your phone number, your name, and they know that you sold, represented that house right
You're
there.
listing that
So they've got
house.
your information. So
Yeah, so
even if they don't come, they got it.
depending on our timing, we'll drop the flyer at their door or we'll actually door knock it. It depends, but inevitably, we always end up meeting the neighbors as we're walking the neighborhood. They're either out watering their lawn, they're talking to neighbors out front, they're coming home from the grocery store, and you end up seeing and talking to people. And inevitably, people always come to the open house. They all see. So you get to meet all the neighbors. This is the long-term approach. Neighbor may not be ready to sell, but they might be in 2 or 3 years. What do? They go into our SOI. They go into our marketing campaign. Now they're getting all of our stuff.
And I always ask them, right, when they come in, did you hear about this? And they're like, oh, I live in the neighborhood. I'm like, oh, did you get my flyer? And then, yes. Oh, okay. What house number are you? And
Yep.
then I can at least get that information from them. If they don't want to share anything else, at least I've got that for my, farming
Yep.
purposes for future. Yeah.
And so the other thing is you want to market it on socials. You want to even do a live stream. So as you're walking the neighborhood handing out flyers, do a live stream. Show people what you're doing. Hey, I'm just handing out flyers for my open house. It's happening tomorrow, 1 to 4 on such and such street. Just to brand yourself some more and to get it out there some more, handing out flyers and all that stuff. And I will say one tip Elizabeth and I have different styles at open houses, different styles with everything. Mine's always better, but that's for another day. So, so here's the deal. What I try and do is give them I'm pretty hands off. I don't like to be all over people and be like, hey, what are you doing? You want to buy? You want to sell? Like, take a look at the house. Welcome. Let me know if you have questions. Give them one piece of information that is expert information that most people wouldn't know about that neighborhood. So that could be something about the school district. It could be something about a recent sale, price point, something. I show them I'm an authority with just that one piece, and then I let them walk around and then I'll talk to them. That's the deal. She doesn't do that. Elizabeth will talk to a tree. So she's just like, oh, yeah. It works for her.
Yeah. I become friendly, and I mean, not that I'm already not friendly. I mean, I get to know the people as much as I can. Not everybody wants that, so I have to recognize their body language. That's an important thing.
Yep.
But and you're supposed to mimic, the people and how they act. If they come in real loud and obnoxious, then you want to somewhat match their energy. And if they're quiet and to themselves, you also want to match that energy.
Okay, number 4. Now, this is the one that everyone loves to do. We're just kidding. But it is important, and it is door knocking.
Yeah, door knocking. Always fun to do. And the thing is, like, there's good reasons to go out and door knock. So one, of course, that we just kind of talked about is when you're holding an open house or you just listed, went pending, and or just sold a home. So
right.
those are all really like easy reasons to be out there and in front at their doorstep.
Right. And this is a numbers game, but the old school stuff does work. Like we network and talk to the top producing agents, top producing team leaders, and the top coaches around the country, and they all are coaching and teaching the basics to their teams. And that's what's selling these days. It really is. And so you may go, door knocking, and it might not be for you. There's 5 other things you can do. And as Elizabeth said, you can focus on 1 or 2 and be great at them. This is just one that still does work. It is tried and true. Now, you want to have scripts. That's a video for another day. So you know kind of what to say. But I always like to just be armed with the knowledge of the last 3 months of sales and be able to talk about it, because in this day and age, with the way the information is at the fingertips of the sellers, sometimes they know the comps better than you, which is not a good thing. You don't want that to happen. But sometimes they do. A lot of people are very especially about their neighborhood. They know every make and model, and they know every price and
Floor
everything.
plan,
That's so
original,
so you want to be
well, it's
armed with
called.
that information, but it does help and promote it on social. And
Well, and what you mean by that is you're out walking the
yep,
neighborhood, going between the houses. Get on Instagram and promote. Hey, this is what I'm doing today.
yep,
Let your audience know that you're out there working hard. And then also, I always say, be like a duck. Let the water roll right back off your back. Meaning, don't get offended. There are going to be people out there when you show up at the door. They're going to be rude and they're going to shut the door on you.
yep.
But they'll also, you're going to have the opposite. You're going to have people who are so happy to see an agent. I had someone say, "Oh my gosh, realtors never go out anymore." And then
Right.
so I had a conversation with them. But yeah, when John and I go together, it's hard to not look like we're knocking on the door
We're the
as the
missionaries.
missionaries.
That's the way it goes.
We realized that a while ago and realized we needed to separate in order to door knock. So we'll door knock a whole entire street on each side.
Yeah. And it works good. We divide and conquer. So our number 5 and our last one is community guides, free downloadable PDFs.
Yeah.
And these are great. You could do buyer's guides, seller's guides, CMAs, community info. But what it does is people will, whatever platform you're driving them to, they're going to have to give you their name, their email address, maybe their phone number. So now you've got their information and you can send them stuff of value for that area.
And you're going to get their real email address because they can't get it unless they give it to you.
Right.
So you are going to get their real email address. So that's great. And then, people who are possibly looking to buy or sell in the area, and or most likely people who are from out of the area. And I think one of the best buyers or sellers guides is about community information. Like,
Right.
I live in Encinitas, California. What are the top 10 reasons that to move to your blank city across?
Right, it's a good point, and there is something to be said for market updates, which are great. You should do those, but people find a lot of value in what do you do in this community? What are things to do? Where are the restaurants to go to? What are the best schools? What are the best? You do those, that's of value. And the cool thing is, like she said, it's going to be people from out of town, out of area,
Yeah.
who probably do not have a relationship with an agent.
Yeah.
So you're going to be that first person.
And you just brushed upon it a little bit, but schools is big.
Yep.
People really, that's always so important to them. And so if you can be an expert on that and provide guidance there about the boundaries and such, then they're going to reach out to you because, you provide searches that are based upon the school district boundaries.
For sure. So that's 5 free things you can do to get leads, and they work if they're done well and they're done right. It works. Thanks for tuning in. Tune back in for other videos. All we want to do is help you sell more real estate. We're John Elizabeth Finley with the Finley Group. Have a great day.